Okay, so today you're going to be writing the first paragraphs of your formal persuasive letter to the World Wildlife Fund. So I've just started off with what hopefully you already have populated with your notes in this section. So your planning from yesterday. And yeah, hopefully we've kind of filled these bits in, maybe done a little bit more research if you needed to, and now we're all ready to write for today. So moving on to the next slide. So your first paragraph is really key when you're writing a formal letter. You want to absolutely grab the person's attention and you want them to know very clearly what you're writing about. Okay, so a couple of things to use. So why are you writing to them? Yeah, and we've already looked at yesterday a nice formal sentence starter like I am writing to you because. Explain who you are, maybe explain your interests or why you are writing. Be polite. Yeah, everyone would likes to receive polite letters. I hope you don't mind me writing to you, but I had to tell you. But also be strong. Okay, it's not a letter of complaint unless you really feel like they've done a bad job looking after your species. But in general, they're there to help World Wildlife Fund. So be strong and be passionate. All right. So we have two different examples. This one's taken from the letter yesterday for the local MP. Okay, I thought I'd include it because it starts off with a subordinate conjunction and a subordinate clause. You might want to model that in your letter. Okay, and then moving further down here. So I would use this as your people to write to. Okay, so you've got a particular department. So to the Department for the Protection of Endangered Species. Okay, and then I've put in a rhetorical question, if you just in case you wanted to model one of those. So do you know that in 20 years there will be no longer? Let's take that out. So do you know that in 20 years there will no longer be any of your chosen animal left in the world? And then go on to why you're writing. So you could put that in, you could put it in any form you like. It's a very nice way to start, really get their attention. But then I am writing to express my concern about the future of, let's say, the orangutans. An overwhelming number of scientists agree, and signs abound, their numbers are declining much faster than was initially predicted. And then you might want to mention our class or mention yourself, what you've discovered. All right, and what you think the dangers that could happen. So here we've got our class has discovered we have only a few critical years before the changes become irreversible and we lose this incredible species to extinction. Okay, and hopefully you recognize before there the subordinates in conjunction. Okay, so you could quite easily swap that sentence around. So there's a couple of examples there. Now you can use those as a model. You can use some of the sentences or the sentence starters and then make it your own, or you can stick very close to that. Okay, and then almost just kind of put in the information about your animal. Okay, I would also add in here your animal and where it is located. Okay, what part of the world? I'd say mainly country there, what country you're talking about. Okay. So, moving on again. If you want to pause and if you want to just kind of have a think about that, that's fine. Or moving on. Okay. So what we're looking for in your persuasive letter today, we're looking for you to include subordinate clauses, obviously, because we've been working on those over the start of this week. Okay, and have you got some sentences to model there? And also remembering to use them at the start as well. So if you use one, maybe then rewrite it and swap it around, put it at the start. And obviously it needs to be written formally, okay, and in polite language formally, and we don't use contractions when we're writing formally. Okay, so any abbreviations or contractions that you need to write up full fully. So can't, you wouldn't use, you use cannot. Don't would be do not. We'll will become we will, okay? Or I'll become I will, and things like that. So no contractions. And then lastly, today, for your letter, there's a few tips here. These are about writing to an MP, but they still work for this type of writing. So keep it brief. It shouldn't be any longer than 1 page. So those 5 paragraphs should kind of just about fit 1 page. And concentrate on the issue. Be as concise. That means to the point as possible. Okay, and people receive lots and lots of letters a day. So if you can get to the point, yeah, be passionate, but get to the point so that you don't waffle. Okay, here we are about being passionate. Okay, so really get across kind of your worry about this animal and how like important it is that it survives, and then make your letter stand out. Okay, like I said again, these sort of places and people have received lots and lots of letters. So if you can make yours stand out, they're likely to more likely to answer it or to use it or to kind of put things in motion. So you could use something you've heard about the animal, a news story. Okay, you could put images in there to help you. Okay, but try and remember those tips as you're writing today. Okay, so remember the first 3 paragraphs today. I mean, it's entirely up to you how you set out your time. If you want to do more, if you're getting into the flow and you really want to do it, then it's okay to do more or to finish it, and then at least you've got less to do tomorrow. But it's entirely up to you. Okay, good luck.